Close your eyes for a minute and imagine, if you will, the look of surprise, of wonder, of bewilderment, of confusion, of shock on the faces of the Caucasian people when they find out that the Bible is about black people and that they are not the chosen ones, but black people are the chosen people of the Most High. Imagine the look of horror on their faces when they realize this, that when the Bible was telling us to not mix with their race, they were thinking that the Bible was telling them to not mix with us. No, it was the other way around. So, what is that saying of those people? I'll tell you what it's saying. I'm going to give you an example, just a little bit of an idea, okay? In the book of Deuteronomy, it says clearly that when we as a people, when black people did not choose to follow the Most High, he said, I'm going to vex you with a foolish nation, a nation that is not even a people. So if there's a nation that is not even a people, what does that say of that nation? That they are animal-like, right? Correct? Now you look at the way the white man has behaved. Okay? Look at the things that he has done and all the the different lies that he has told. Look at how they act today. Look at how their children act. For one thing, they took books out of the Bible. But before they did this, Columbus, when they came to America, they lied and said, they got the people living here, the Native Americans living here, the Native Americans, they got them drunk, stole their land from them by way of deception. After that, they had the nerve to call the natives Indians, which means savages. But who were the true savages? By what they did. By their dirty scheme. Who was the dirty group of people? By what they did. Okay? You're going to call somebody a savage because when they realized they were tricked out of their land, they got angry about it? You had ill will when you did what you did. When you tricked those people out of their land the way you did it. Being all slick. Okay? Now, when you got the land, then you turn around and you lie in the history books about that Columbus discovered this land. You didn't bother to mention the fact that he discovered people already living on this land. Oh no, you left that part out. That was too much like doing the right thing. So you had to lie about that part. And then, I don't know whether it was before or after the history books came out, that books were taken out of the Bible and stuff put in the Bible, like fictitious images of a Jesus depicting him to be a Caucasian male. To make it look like your race was the superior race and not the race that God said was the superior race over all other races, which is the black race. You took books out of the Bible to hide that. And you knew it was a fact, but that's why you took the books out. Okay, let's do a little summary of this here. All right. You claimed you found this land, which was a lie. You tricked people out of this land. Okay, then you had the nerve to call them savages. Then you turn around, you take books out of the Bible to hide the true identity of God's chosen people and put fictitious images in these Bibles of a white Jesus. It's funny because the curse that's coming upon you people for doing that, that's coming upon you people with the same mentality who you know the truth, but you're not standing up for it. So this curse, when it comes down, it's coming down on you people. It's coming down on you people. So, keep on being the way you want to be, whatever. Keep on being the sorry ass way you want to be. Okay? Now, this is the whole thing. Now, there's one more thing, though. I want to say this. Okay? Then you turned around and you lied about, after you put all these pictures were all over the world in different buildings of a white Jesus and all this and that. Okay? Then you turn around and say the first 7 presidents in the United States were white, and they were not. They were black. So that's another lie. Okay? So how you people, after all the dirt you've done and are still doing, how you can say that Native Americans are savages, which means Indians, and how you can call black people or people of the black race niggers, which means basically, the dirt of the earth or the dirtiest people on earth or whatever. How can you even fix your mouths to even say that? Or your minds to even think it? When you know good and well that you are worse than what you are calling black people of the black race and people of the Native Americans of that group. Well, they're also considered to be in the black race, so I'll just say the black race. How can you fix your mouth to say it or your minds to think it? You think that everything you do is okay because your race thinks, which is another thing I want to get on, since the lies have been spread since you hid books out of the Bible, and the lies have permeated throughout society for years since they first started. People in your race, in the white race, seem to believe that you are superior over all other races. That's where your white supremacist groups came from. Illuminati, K.K.K, Aryan Brotherhood, and so forth, so on, and the like, I should say. And you feel like you can do anything. You can do anything because you're God's chosen people, quote unquote. Your quotes, not God's. But you have a reward coming. Oh, it's coming. God has not lied. God can't lie, and He's not going to. You're going to get it. All you with that mentality, with that, well, we're better than you, and this white power stuff, and this and that, and all this crazy stuff that you people are doing. Oh no, you're going to get it. See, this is the problem. This is one of the problems right here in society. Is your race, the generations that come up after the generations of Caucasians, like the last generation, is gone, each generation that comes up, and this lie is still out there, circulating throughout society with the white people and every other race. It's still the same. It's the same things. People have the same mentalities. These white supremacist groups still are there. There are many people in other races, because people won't tell the truth and spread it, who don't even know what the truth is. That white people are not superior, that they are not God's chosen people. So the lie continues, the saga continues, and so does the hatred, the racism, the spacism, the social inequality, the social injustices, and all that. It's just like history repeats itself, because nobody is doing anything to change it. I mean, it's changing, but it's changing very, very slowly. It's like the harvest is great. There are many people groaning to know the truth, but the workers are few. It's like what I'm doing right now. I try to get people, there are so many posts on my page talking about this and other subjects related to the Bible and related to the truth. But people won't take the time, listen to them, share them. No, they are so busy with their worldly schedules that they won't take the time to listen. But when the 7-year tribulation comes, I started to say, if people were in dire straits and they had nothing else to do but to listen, and one day people are going to want to listen to the truth. They're going to want to see. They're going to want to do something about it. But it might be too damn late then. If people were in dire straits, if they were bedridden or whatever, and they wanted to listen to the truth about or someone who's making sense, they'd tune this in. They tune this in. But see, right now, the people in the world think it's peacetime. So nobody's worried about anything right now. They're not worried about listening to anyone telling them the truth about anything. That could very possibly prevent all this. But you know what? That's why it's going to happen, because people are ignorant. They're ignorant of the truth. They're running from it. Like the things that are happening in today's society are normal. No, they're not normal. If you think things that are happening and have been happening in society are normal, then you are abnormal. You need to go get your head scanned, because something's wrong with your brains. Something is seriously wrong with your brains. Or you got your head so far up the world's ass that you can't see what's really going on. No. See, not only did the Caucasian people lie to all the other races, there's one little thing they forgot, okay, when they were doing this. The people who took the books out of the Bible, and the Columbus and all these lies in the history books, and, the churches and all this and that. Okay, it's one little thing they forgot when they did it, when you people were doing this, is that other generations of your race were coming. And they would have to deal with this, and the truth is going to come out. Do you think that you could do this and it wasn't going to come out sooner or later? And Jehovah is exposing your asses, the lies, with the truth. He is exposing the lies with the truth. And there are people in your race today on social media outlets, formats, who are talking about the Caucasian race. They're talking about their own race with hatred, with total unbelief of what you've done. They are so confused and angry. Some of them are angry. Some of them are confused. Some of them are just, it's just unbelievable to them how you people could do, some people in your race could do this. And so they speak out against you. And for that, I commend those people. I applaud those people for standing up. because they know what the truth is, and some of them are standing up. Even former racists are standing up. And one of them even stood up and said, on a social media outlet, he just let it all out. He said, I'm going to tell you why white people are so afraid of blacks and why police are killing blacks. For one thing, they're trying to get rid of the black race. For another thing, they're afraid of black people because of what the white people have done to blacks. And we all know the story about that. And if you don't know it, you need to get you a copy of Roots and look at it. Okay? How they mistreated black people, who are God's chosen people. That's what they're afraid of. They're not clutching their purses and locking their doors and stuff for any reason, for no reason. No, they're doing it because it's instilled in them to be afraid because of the way their race, your race, has done us. Slavery. Need I go through it? The beatings, the rapes, the hangings, the lynchings, the setting houses on fires. Setting houses on fires. It's late. I'm sorry, my words are running together. Are not making sense. And the lynching, man, so many black people were killed, and then on the slave ships, the ones that you put into the ocean because the ship was too heavy, and they were put in the ocean in chains. The whippings, the beatings, the killing of the murders of the babies, the male children, and not only that, then the social inequalities, the social injustices, and it still goes on. The racial slurs and the hate crimes against the blacks. Because your race thinks that they're superior. And you think that the blacks are under a curse. The only curse that black people are under is that, and it's not all blacks either, it's the ones who do not acknowledge the Most High. Okay? And you don't even acknowledge the Most High as a white race, as a Caucasian people, because the Bible clearly says, love your neighbor. Okay? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Now, where is your Christianity at? Where is your righteousness at? All the things that you've done and continue to do. Police going around shooting blacks, giving orders to shoot if necessary, to kill any black man over the age of 17. And note that it said black male, just like back in the days of Pharaoh in Egypt. Kill all the male children. And is it any wonder why blacks are charged with all this different stuff, and the black race there's more blacks in prisons than anybody. And then we come out with felonies and all this and that, which makes it impossible to get a gun, a firearm. But your race, they have them. And when something comes up, your race has guns, but we don't. Maybe some people in our race do. But so many in our race have been in trouble trying to have things in this life. And that's why I say it's a conspiracy. And it's not on my page yet, but that is coming out. It's coming out. And yes, I speak on these things, and I have many more on my page, on 2 pages. I'm about to have 3 pages. And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not afraid of it. There's nothing you can do to me. Nothing. And even if you did do something to me, you know what? You have to answer to the Most High. And I know the Most High can bring me back to life when He wants to, when He chooses to. And you know what? If something does happen to me, I hope you, whoever does it, I look you dead in your face in the future when God brings me back. He brings me back to look dead in your face. Then I could tell you, I told you so. And if I tell you that, you should know right then and there. I can tell you right now, you're doomed if you do anything to me. Because if you do anything to God's chosen people who are trying to help society, oh, that's just like you sticking your finger in God's eyeball. Because you are messing with the apple of His eye. His chosen ones who are trying to do something. Get the message out by warning, by advising, by teaching, by sharing, by putting that time in to help save lives, to help save your life. Even though you may be a Gentile, we are supposed to bring the truth, the good news to the lost Jews and the Gentiles. We have to save our own people first and then save the Gentiles. But that can be done at the same time. Because there are many in the Gentile class who are fit to be, by the way they live, in the Israelite class, the Hebrew Israelite class. And there are many in the Hebrew Israelite class who are original Hebrew Israelites who are fit to be in the Gentile class. So what I'm doing is going out to both peoples. The Gentiles and the Hebrew Israelites, the true Jews the true Jews. You know, the Bible even talks about the Jews. I want to get on that. It says I believe it's in Revelation, there are those who call themselves Jews, but are not. They are a synagogue or an organization, in other words, of Satan. They are not real Jews. See how the world the people are waking up, but they're waking up slowly. And the reason why a lot of people aren't seeing the truth is because they have their heads up the world's ass. How can you see anything when you're in a dark place like that? When you're in the dark, you know? And the world is full of crap. So how you people even like having your heads up the world's butt is beyond me. How you even want to associate with the world is beyond me. After all the crap this world has shown us. Because everybody's selfish, greedy, money hungry, trying to get ahead, rat race, dog eat dog. Everybody's after that cheddar. Everybody's after that cheese. And God would bless all of us so much if we just come back to Him. Not a one of us on this earth would want for anything. But there's always people on this earth who have to, there's always the Joneses. They've got to outdo everybody else. I don't know if you've seen these talk shows, or these supposed to be reality TV shows with these people that are supposed to be so rich, but they got all these problems, like a little soap opera of rich people or whatever. And they got all these problems, all this money and this and that, all the problems they got. Okay. You got to air that stuff on TV? What does it need to be on TV for? What does it need to be on TV for? If you do have that much money, you got all these nice houses, these cars and stuff, you should be happy. You should be in church every day, thanking God that you got a place to live, cars to drive, money in the bank, food to eat, clothes to wear, and you're not wanting anything. But you got all these problems, All these problems. Airing your dirty laundry on TV. Who the hell cares what is going on in your life? There's people out here starving right now on the streets, homeless people. Children in different countries starving. There's people starving right here in the United States. And you're airing this stuff on TV about how your money and your cars and all this and that. And you women with all this fake hair and fake nails and all this and that stuff. Oh, that's really, 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 really cute. How you're living. Who cares how you're living? You're going to air your dirty stuff on TV? You just want attention. You just want to be a show off. That's what you do. That's what you do. You're like those people who dye their hair, dye their eyeballs, put piercings all over their body, look like the Bride of Frankenstein. Or Bride of Frankenstein. Not Stan. Bride of Frankenstein. Okay. You people want attention. That's all it is. You're big show-offs. You go to church. You do the same thing. And when the people to go to church, they don't go to know. They go for show. They go to show off. They don't go to know. They go to show. To show other people what they got. The fancy little cars, or new cars. It don't have to be fancy, and the new clothes, and new jewelry, and new hairdo, and this and that. You know, you're not going to know. You're going to show. You're going for show. To floor show. That's what you're going for. You're not fooling anybody. Especially the true Hebrew Israelite children of God, whose eyes are open and can see exactly what you're doing. You can sit there and smile in somebody's face. You can smile in my face, and I can see right through you. I can see all behind that smile that you're full of crap. And I'll just be sitting there looking at you. I'll be sitting there looking at you. Like, you are unbelievable. You're the kind of person that will sit there and lie smile right in the person's face, knowing your smile is fake. Knowing that what I think about what you're doing or whatever, you can instinctively, you can sense it. You can sense it. I don't know what you think about me, but yes you do. Yes you do. You just said it. You just said it. And I'm telling you, if you don't, you know what? If you're living like that, I'm probably never gonna meet you anyway. If you're listening to this post. But if you're living like that, all fake and, wearing that putting on those airs and floor showing, and just wanting attention, like many of those girls on Facebook do. God, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Louis Farrakhan even said it about how some of you women act nowadays. The way you dress. It's clearly for attention. Clearly for attention. Are you doing it for money? You want attention, you want comments about this and that. You're doing it for money. Otherwise, or you may just be a all-out whore. Just like sleeping with different guys. You've probably been used more times in the toilet on I-40 going west. So, I don't know. You know. God knows. And I know I can see it. Anybody can see that just by looking at it. Just by looking at Facebook. Just by looking at people. You can tell what they're about. A loud person, if you hear a loud person on a bus or on a city bus or on a regular bus or anywhere in public, anywhere, a loud person wants attention. They want attention. They want to be heard. They want to be recognized. They want to be seen. And it's irritating. And what's even more irritating is somebody who wants to talk to these people who's just as loud as they are. It's like, oh my God, we got the attention wanting people on the bus or out here. They want attention. Just oh wait, my God. Parents, please, you who have children, please raise your kids right. Bring them up in the way they should go. So they won't be like these attention wanting people out here. You know, the ones got to ride around. They got to jack people for their shoes and their jewelry and stuff so their car look better. So they'll look a little bit better for the females, or so they can make other people look, just to show other people what they got, even though they jacked it from somebody. You know, bring your kids up right. Please bring your kids up right. And you know, when they get older, they won't depart from it. Don't bring your kids up like, you know, you and your old lady are fighting or whatever, or you know, just bring your kids up right, whether you're in a relationship or not. If you got custody of your kids or whatever, you can see your kids, whatever. Bring your kids up right. Bring them up right. If you love them, bring them up right. God, that's why so many of these kids join gangs and stuff, and are out doing all this. They ain't trying to go to school. They ain't trying to learn nothing because the parents all screwed up. You know, kids skipping school and stuff. Then they can't get no job. Then they get in trouble. They're out stealing and stuff, whatever, getting in trouble in gangs and stuff. Then go to prison. Then you got a record. Then you sure can't get no job. So what do you do when you get out of prison? Nobody really wants to hire you. So, you know, what do you resort to doing when you want stuff? You go stealing. You go shoplifting. You go holding people up, robbing people, house invasions, everything. All because the parents are not there for the kids. Now, I ain't saying all parents didn't bring their kids up right, or are not bringing their kids up right, but you need to set some standards, you know. And I don't mean double standards either. Like you telling your kids to do one thing and you're doing something else. Tell your kids, well, hey, don't smoke. It ain't good for you. Well, Dad, you smoke. Well, I'm grown. Mom, you smoke. Well, I'm grown. But it's not good for you though. That's the whole thing. And then they say, well, Dad, if it's not good for me, how's it good for you? Boy, don't be asking me all them questions. Girl, don't worry about that. Just do what I say, not as I do. Really? Boy, you setting the stage for them to run off. Okay? And probably with your cigarettes while they're at it. And your car and money and everything else. Man. I'm not even going to go into detail about this. You wonder why kids rebel and life is so messed up and keeps getting more and more messed up. Hey, if we don't teach the children the right way to live, and we continue to let these lies go on and on and on and on and on, because you cowards out there don't want to stand up and do or say anything. You're waiting for a leader because you're a sorry, coward ass, punk ass, good for nothing, lazy, just a fraidy cat person. You're a chicken-hearted coward. And God has a reward for you too. It's in the Revelation. You are a coward. Okay? You're afraid to stand up because you're afraid of what the world will say or think or how they will act toward you. That's a coward. You know, this world is passing away. As a matter of fact, the end is at the doors. As I speak, it is coming. The predictions of the Bible that were made 2,000 years ago are today's headlines. God said the great 7-year tribulation is coming, and it is coming. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. I believe that. Bring your kids up in the way they should go. You know, if you love your kids, if you love your family, you know, if you are thinking about your salvation, your kids' salvation, their kids' salvation, you know, bring them up right, and chances are they'll bring their children up right too. That's usually the way it goes, because the only other way it goes actually is if your children don't know any better, how are they going to teach their children any better? So it's got to start. It's got to start somewhere. You instill that in your children, and your children will see from people, other people in society, that the way that they're living is right. If they take hold of it and keep hold of it, keep holding on to the righteous way to live, they will be productive. They will prosper, and society they'll have good favor with society, with God and man. But and the Bible says, I don't know right where it says it right offhand, but you can Google it. It says, I believe it says, a man that doesn't take care of his children is worthless. Pretty much that's what it says. You can Google it. A man who doesn't take care of his children, his family, is worthless. You're the worst kind of person. If you let your children run wild and just do anything, well, what do you think they're going to let their children do? Stop the cycle of stupidity, of madness. Somebody's got to stop it somewhere, somehow. One man can't go all over the world to every family in the world and say, sit down and talk to the family and tell them, you shouldn't be doing this. Don't do that. Please teach your children how to be productive in society, and if you had to use constructive criticism, tough love, whatever. Ground them now if you have to, before they're really grounded. Tough love. That's what God does with many people now. They think he's dead, but he's not. Because if he was dead, we'd all be dead, because his spirit lives is what keeps us alive. But he's watching. He's watching. And the reason why he doesn't answer a lot of us is because he wants us to think. He wants us to see how much we really need him. And he's looking to see. He's looking at the hearts to see which hearts, which minds are really on him, really want him in their life. In the book of Matthew, it says, blessed are they which do thirst and hunger after righteousness. Well, the only righteousness you're going to get is the righteousness of God. That's true righteousness, living by God's standards, which we had to study, and adapt or adopt in our lives, in our ways of living, or adapt to our ways of living. So we have to do the best we can do. The older we get, the more we have to learn. We have to be more mature, more responsible, not live like a bunch of ignoramuses. Somebody's got to take a stand sometime. Do something. And don't gossip about what somebody else is doing if you're not doing anything yourself. If you're not doing any better, why even open your mouth? Why even open your mouth?